Heart and Soul mini-series Adventurelands, Part 19. Safety zones can be voluntarily moved by moving the safety crystal. In theory, they can even be stolen, though it takes a masterful thief since most people tend to protect their safety crystals as if their lives depend on it, because often they do. As PKers, our primary role is not to prevent anyone from breaking rules. That would limit player freedom. Our role is to stop those who've been sloppy enough to get caught trying to break a rule, or to punish anyone who has successfully broken one of Xander's laws, or at least the spirit of one. When I got home, Mom wasn't there. I wasn't surprised, since she probably didn't expect me to be sent home early. I just wished there was somewhere else I could go to at least blow off some steam, but none of the places fit for kids are open now. I put my controllers in the bowl on the corner of my dresser. I was too tired to take them out of the holster this time. Luckily, since my holster was visible, it made collecting them a lot easier when I needed to. I wasn't sure if I liked the idea of invisible controllers, but at least it did make them very hard to steal should anyone be inclined to try. I flopped over on my new bed, then rolled around all over the new sheets. I always hated when they didn't smell enough like me yet. After a few moments, exhaustion overwhelmed my brain. Failing to make a shield and being knocked on my ass in front of everyone was not a great second day. I was sure today was a step back from making any real friends, and despite leaving early, I'd been so tired that it felt like a long, exhausting day. All I wanted to do was sleep until 8, when I could be alone with Mr. Peralta. I knew he wouldn't try anything inappropriate, even if I kind of hoped that he would. If Headmaster Mom caught wind of anything like that, she'd have his head on a platter in moments. She may not be overly affectionate, but she was a fierce protector of anything she considered hers, which was, honestly, most of the world. I woke up around 6:30, when Headmaster Mom normally gets home and starts making dinner. When I emerged from my bedroom, instead of the front door, when I emerged from my bedroom instead of the front door, she was confused and demanded an explanation. I tried to think of one that wouldn't set her off. When that failed miserably, I decided to go in the opposite direction. I was hoping it would throw her off so much she'd forget everything else. So I said, Mr. Peralta said he wanted to take me on a date, so he sent me home early to get ready. Okay, smartass. That's detention tonight. No, wait, please, hear me out. First of all, I'd really like to move into the dorms if you'll let me. No one knows I'm your daughter yet, and no offense intended, but I don't really want them to. Everyone treats me different when they know you're my mom, and I really am supposed to meet him later, just for lessons, not a date or anything like that, of course. It seems like there's something wrong with my magic. I've been practicing to the point of exhaustion, but I can't seem to get a single spell to work at all. He's going to try to help me after class, so he can focus on what I'm doing instead of watching the whole class. Headmaster Mom's eyes narrowed when she heard that. I could tell there was a lot going through her mind, but couldn't guess what it was. Fine, but don't ever bullshit me like that again. Yes, ma'am, I barked out, sounding like a well-trained puppy, even though in my heart it was a complete lie. If I openly defied her, there would be hell to pay. I do love Headmaster Mom. Of course I do. She literally saved me and taught me everything I know. But as her daughter, there was less than no chance I'd ever stop bullshitting her. After dinner, I went back to my room to rest, but I couldn't sleep. I'd just woken up after all, and I was still too excited by the idea of spending time alone with Mr. Peralta. I wondered what his first name was. I bet it's something strong, like Luke or Stark. Time dragged on, slower than it ever had before as I kept watching the clock, waiting impatiently for it to finally be 8. By a quarter after 7, I'd had it. I couldn't take it anymore, and I charged out the door, toward the practice field. I was outside so fast, Mom didn't even have a chance to quiz me on anything.